Electoral reform, as you would know, we have been busy with changing the Constitution to make it more difficult or make it less attractive for members of parliament to leave their party because they will be rewarded, for instance, with joining a new government in which they get the opportunity to appoint ministers. Ever since 2010, we had an election on Friday. By Saturday, we had the first member of parliament who moved, and the reward was they get to appoint a minister. Shortly after, in that same governing period, we had other members of parliament who defected also and were given the opportunity to appoint ministers. 2014, the same example happened not once, not twice, but at least 4 times. So we felt that by making changes to our Constitution, it would make it less attractive for members of parliament to make such a move. We have submitted a proposal to the Council of Advice for advising via the cabinet, via the governor rather, and we have received a response from them. We have received also a response from the Kingdom government. Both of them had concerns about what they call the free mandate, meaning that a member of parliament should not be obstructed in any way, shape, form, or fashion in the execution of his responsibility as a member of parliament. Our response basically to that is, and we have actually drafted the response. Unfortunately, Parliament is on recess, which is what Parliament does every year in July. The first session of Parliament will be either on the 1st or the 2nd of August. In the meantime, we have drafted our response to it. Personally, I think it's a pity that within the advisory bodies, both at the Kingdom level and at the local level, they are holding on to principles that go back to the founding of the kingdom, so to speak. Now, one can say, yes, we are part of a kingdom, and therefore we should hold holy and sacred fundamentals of the kingdom. But we are also, as part of the kingdom, we have developed over the past 60, 70 years almost, a parliamentary democracy within the Netherlands Antilles. And now as a new country, St. Martin, we are continuing to build on the autonomy of country St. Martin. We cannot, as a kingdom, go out and tell the public, tell the world that we are 4 countries in a kingdom, but then we maintain actually, when convenient, equality within the kingdom, and when not convenient, we are separate countries. When we even see the battle that Sabre and Station Bonaire have been fighting with demanding equal treatment on one way because they're integral parts of the Netherlands, and then they're told you are the Caribbean part, and we have different standards for the Caribbean part as opposed to standards for the kingdom part. And in this case, we are saying we need to solve a problem typical of St. Martin with a measure that is applicable to St. Martin. Holland also has ship jumping. Holland also has members who leave Parliament, but they leave their party for different and or other reasons than people do in St. Martin in this specific case. So we have come with a proposal that basically says in Article 33 that where it says in Article 33 that the Prime Minister and other members of the Council of Ministers are appointed by national decree. We have added in there that the Prime Minister and other ministers need to have the support of one or more parties that represent a majority in the parliament. So, in essence, all we are doing is legitimizing, legislating a practice that has existed ever since we were part of the Netherlands Antilles and has been taken over as country St. Martin.
Life is a journey, full of connections. You're in safe hands, even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want more.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guineas real easy. Island Finance. For education, yes. A renovation, that's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
Collectivity of St. Martin took a deliberation, at least the Executive Council took a deliberation to notify all those restaurant and hotel owners that they were illegally occupying the beach and going cars with their chairs because they did not have an authorization from the collectivity to do so. It is clear within our organic law, Article 6314, 2, that it's the competent authority, and in this case the collectivity is the only authority that can give what you call in French a ROT. In other words, authorization to occupy the public domain. What we know of is that most of the hotels and restaurant owners in that area, irrespective of what the law says, went ahead and put their chairs on the beach in the name of economic development. So that deliberation that was taken by the Executive Council did not went down well, did not sit well with those restaurant owners, and 8 of them cited fit to take it before the what you call administrative court on St. Martin. And the ruling that came out a week ago is to say that the decision to annul the decision to the deliberation taken was illegal in the sense that it was the wrong entity of the collectivity. It's the executive body that took that deliberation, and the court is saying that it had to be taken by the territorial council of the collectivity. And secondly, the request by the restaurateur is to get the judge of the tribunal to condemn the collectivity to issue them AOT, which means to say the authorization to occupy the beach. Now, there are two things. One is the fact that I am disturbed to know that the collectivity, with all the expertise that they're supposed to have available, didn't know which entity was supposed to pass that deliberation, whether it's the executive or the territorial council, which means to say that they are not studying enough or profoundly enough the organic law. Because if you had studied Article 6353 of the organic law, it would have been crystal clear that it is the territorial council, which is the competent authority to pass that deliberation. That's point one. Point two, and to be the most disturbing point, is that those restaurateurs, those restaurant owners and grandcars, 8 of them, and I must be precise on the number, tell themselves by asking the government, by asking the president of the court to condemn the collectivity, to give them the authorization, is that they are bypassing their grounds, they are overstepping their grounds, and they are demonstrating to us that they do not care, they do not hold in any regard whatsoever the competent authority of this country. Economic profit is all that matters to them. How could you, in a legal setting, ask the judge to condemn a legal body to make a decision of such nature, whereas the law is clear? It's only the collectivity of St. Martin, the territorial council, is a competent body to issue authorization. So how could you see it fit to ask the court to twist the hands of the elected body to do that for you? So again, that shows the disregard for the laws of the land. It shows total disregard or disrespect for the competent authorities of the country, and it shows that all that matters for them, again, is to be making money in this country. And again, total disregard to the laws. And that is what I believe has to be unanimously condemned by the elected body of the country and also by the parliamentarians of the country, because they're supposed to know more than ever as lawmakers that no one must have the right to think or to entertain the idea that he's above the law. Because as it stands today, there are still restaurant owners and occupying illegally the beach and grand cars. And the law is clear. Any occupation outside of a legal document being given back to them is totally illegal. So they are functioning illegally, and our parliamentarians, lawmakers, are not voicing their concern, especially in regards to the request made by these restaurateurs to get the court to condemn the elected people to give them the authorization.
oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah!
Here we go. This is freedom, this is life. Happiness is all I'm seeking. Carpe diem, I'm seizing every day, not just the weekend. Here's to all the good times that have come to last. Here's to living in the now.
When you can afford what you crave, life just gets so
So
good.
alive and I'm feeling good, so good, so good, so good. Hey, I'm gonna live my life, feeling good, so good, real good, so
KFC, so good for everyone.
These are the doors that never close. These are the hands that make a difference. These are the walls that could tell countless stories of helping and healing, of storms weathered, of change and growth, of a place where life begins, where hearts are mended, and where hope grows stronger. For more than a quarter of a century, the physicians, medical professionals, and staff of St. Martin Medical Center have combined advanced medical technology and compassionate care to bring a world of medicine to our friends, neighbors, and visitors to the island of St. Martin we all call home. As proud as we are of what we have accomplished, we believe there is still much work to do to continue a proud tradition of providing everyone in our community with the latest technology, the best medicine, and the most exceptional care. St. Martin Medical Center, celebrating 25 years of serving, caring, healing.
The cleanliness of the island, partially it had to do with the collection of garbage in some of the districts, but also in general, we have an issue with the cleanliness of the roadsides, not only in town, not only on the airport road, every roadside on St. Martin. Why is that? In the past, the garbage contractors were also responsible for the roadside cleaning, even though they were to subcontract it out to subcontractors. Government has chosen now to separate the two and to empower small local contractors in the different neighborhoods to help instill pride in your neighborhood, to bring about that awareness of neighborhood responsibility, getting young men and women from the neighborhood to organize themselves in companies and to clean their roadside, clean their district. And if you have young men and young women cleaning their district as a permanent job, not a one-time, once in 3 months, once in 6 months, but on a permanent basis, going out there, this is your job to keep your district clean. They would automatically become the guardians of their neighborhood, the police officers of their neighborhood, because if I just clean there last night and I see you throwing out a bottle or throwing a can, I'm going to tell you, hey, don't do it. And the people in the neighborhood would also laud themselves, because it is their brothers, their sisters, their cousins and uncles who are doing the job. What is the snag that we have? What I'm saying, snag? 37 companies took part in the bidding. We received something like 37 quotes. We had 5 members, 5 persons, part of the Ministry of Romi, and also 1 person, I think, from the cabinet of the Minister of Romi, who were part of the evaluation committee. Of the 37 companies that took part, something like a dozen of them did not qualify. They did not submit certain documentation. Something was wrong with the manner in which the bid was put together or whatnot. The committee just finalized last week, I think it was, their advice, and the advice has been signed off on by the SG, and is now heading for the finance department for the financial advice, and then for the package to come to the Council of Ministers for a final decision. And once that is decided upon, then the contracts can be signed with the companies that have been awarded a contract. At this point in time, don't ask me how many companies have won. There is an advice that is heading to the Council of Ministers, so I don't know how many companies are being proposed to get a contract, whether one or more companies will get one or more districts. That too, I do not know. What the intention was, that no contractor would be given more than 2 contracts, to avoid that, let's say, one contractor would win all 18 districts, and then you would take away from the whole concept of young men and women from their district cleaning that district. There was a point system that was part of the evaluation, and if a contractor was from South Reward, he would get extra points for being from South Reward. So if a company from Dutch Quarter bid for South Reward, they would get 0 points on the issue of being from the neighborhood. But if the contractor and the employees are from the neighborhood, they would get extra points. So it's like what you would call the hometown advantage. If you're from South Reward, you have preference over a contractor from somewhere else. But that does not mean that if you're from South Reward and your bid is for $100,000 a month, and somebody from Dutch Quarter bid $45,000 a month, that he does not get extra points for his pricing.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
The civil servant and government is sometimes perceived as a problem. We heard from the civil servants these past 2 days that they would like to have more space to contribute in a positive manner to the well-being of the citizens of St. Maarten. And the fact that there is no legal framework to regulate the functioning of the civil servants regarding the internal complaint handling is a problem. We strongly advised the government or the civil servants to take care of that matter, but the fact that there is no legal framework is not a bigger problem than it's supposed to be, because it gives you the opportunity to handle the internal complaint handling according to the principles of good governance. So that is what I got from these 2 days, and we weren't really telling anything new. Everybody knows that good governance contributes to strengthening or rebuilding the trust in the government, and the trust is absolutely necessary for the well-being of the government and the better functioning, the better the civil servants function, the better the citizens of St. Martin will be.
Before 10-10-10, a draft ordinance on the general ordinance on administration, in Dutch AWB, Algemene Wet Bestuursrecht. As a matter of fact, in the ordinance of the Ombudsman, there's an article that refers to that legislation. However, that legislation was never adopted and never ratified. And so that AWB, to refer to the Netherlands situation, is that it's lacking. However, what was also discussed during the 2 days, that in fact attitudes and service don't really have to be legislated at all levels, because dealing with complaints and grievances of the people, you don't really need to have a law for it. You have to have a law for procedures and uniformity. However, at the level of the civil servant, by correct treatment, being courteous, giving the right information, those basic things, an accuracy, proper organization of your department, those things don't have to be legislated, yes? So while we are all pro legislation of internal complaint procedures, like the Netherlands has, and is erroneously stated in the legislation of the Ombudsman, on a day-to-day basis, we can go ahead to give better service and observe propriety without law.